Hey guys, it's Cthulthu here. So this is going to be video 1 of 3 for the next 3 days now. That will finally see me getting the completionist cape that I've been working so hard to get these last 6 months. It started with double experience, not double, bonus experience weekend 6 months ago when I finally accomplished 99 Hunter. On the same day, I believe, I got 2 other skills. I think I got 99 Agility and 99 something else, I can't remember now. It would have been one of those tough skills that I hate though. But yeah, so I finally got round to doing all of that, and shortly after I got maxed cape as well, I believe. So 6 months down the line, all I really had to do was do Livid Farm, which I thought was my biggest obstacle, and also get 120 dungeoneering, and both of those things are now complete really. I say really because I still need 1 million experience in dungeoneering, but because I have 3 million tokens, that is more than covered. And obviously I'm going to spend 1 million tokens. I'll still have 2 million left for future purposes, maybe if I lose chaotic items. But also it occurred to me that I needed a bit more than 200k tokens, because you never know what Jagex might release in the future rewards for dungeoneering. I mean, we're still expecting a floor 61, the final floor of the entire game, well, the entire mini game as it really is considered, and with it maybe we can expect some new rewards as well. So that's what I thought, you know, I need more than 200k tokens. I need at least 2 million tokens for future rewards and for any chaotic items I lose in the future. So and then also the other thing that went through my mind was the fact that I would rather complete 4 floors in order to get 500k experience, which takes me roughly 1 to 2 hours, than have to get 500k tokens, which I might need in the future, which would take 10 times the amount of time. So yeah, it seemed far wiser to save tokens and just spend an extra 2.5 hours or 2 hours or whatever, getting the experience that I needed, and just completing a few extra floors, especially seeing as I could complete extra floors without having to do C1s. That's where I drew the line. As soon as I'd finished floors 30 to 60 and only had to do C1s, that's where I drew the line and said, right, this is my last floor now. And that's why I'm spending 1 million in tokens. I mean, I would do 10 more floors to get that 1 million experience, but it would involve me doing C1s, and I really don't want to do it, especially seeing as I made peace with doing C1s the last time around when I thought it was my last time, and it is going to be my last time. So yeah, that was a long way of saying that I am now finally got, you know, I'm finally done with dungeoneering. And I will be getting the level in the next 24 hours. I will probably just do it myself. I don't really want people to come. I don't know why, but I don't like, even though I make these videos for, you know, people to listen to, hundreds of people to listen to, I don't like parties for some reason. I don't like going to them, and I don't like having them. I don't like going to them because I feel like it's a waste of my time, even though we're celebrating a friend's accomplishment. I think it can be easily done in a PM just saying grats, but going to a party, idling for like 10 to 15 minutes just so that you can celebrate their level for, you know, the second that they actually get it and the second that all the messages pop up, you get a nice screenshot that they probably never look at again after the first day. Maybe they, you know, show it to a few friends the next couple of days, but afterwards that's lost, and half of them probably don't even save those kind of files like I do, so they probably lose those kind of pictures forever. And then having them, I mean, I hate having to invite people to witness, because you know, it would be hypocritical of me to say that I don't like going to parties and then to have parties of my own. So yeah, long story short rather, I will not be having a party for 120 dungeoneering. Plus I don't feel like I really deserve it anyway, because I did leech a lot of experience for 120 dungeoneering, so it's not 100% my accomplishment. Obviously it's not like I gave my account or I bought my account or anything like that. But certainly you could say that I bought some experience, and so yeah, I don't really think that it's worth celebrating. The completionist cape, however, who knows what I'll do there. I mean, again, I am a private person, so maybe I say I'm a private person and yet I'm making these videos. But yeah, I don't know what I'll do about completionist cape. Maybe I'll have a few friends. Maybe I'll make it, invite you guys. I don't know. I'll work it out. Or maybe you can work it out for me. Tell me what you want me to do. Right, so what do I want to talk about else? Let's see. So firstly, quests. I've got 3 quests to do. I have now completed one of them. You probably know that by now because I did show a few cutscenes and you've probably seen those cutscenes by now. But basically I did Elemental Workshop 4. I don't know how many of you guys will actually agree with me, but one of the things that I like to do before I do a quest is have a look at the guide. And sometimes I can look at a guide and I can see so much text that it puts me off doing the actual quest. Because I think to myself, if there's this much text involved, if the guide needs to be this long, then it's a lot of effort and I really can't be bothered. And I have that attitude quite often. And it's one of the reasons why I haven't done Elemental Workshop, and I don't tend to do many quests for a considerable amount of time unless I find it necessary at some point, or maybe I'm just feeling bored and feel like actually doing a quest. However, in the last 2 instances where I've done quests based on the guide being really long and me wanting to put it off for ages, I have found that the quests are actually quite simple and quite quick to do. And because of the huge wall of text that I've been greeted by in the guide section, I put it off for ages, but I've been misguided by how big the guide is. And in terms of, right, so the first quest where this happened was Do No Evil, and I think the problem was the fact that they had written so much about the final 3 bosses. Clearly a strategy meant for lower levels and not for higher levels, who should have found killing those 3 bosses incredibly easy and not really requiring any strategy. I think, you know, that the block of text that was involved just about the bosses made it seem to me like it was going to be a really long quest, but it didn't turn out that way at all. And I've found the same with Elemental Workshop. And in fact, I have a suggestion for people that do guides and feel the same way as me. They see a guide, they see a wall of text, and they get put off doing that quest. And this is my advice. Read the guide fully. Try and remember as much of it as possible, and then do the guide. Because firstly, you'll find out that most of the text that you're going to be reading is just nonsense that you don't need to know about. And the second thing about it, so this is another thing that I do when I'm doing quests. I tend to read a couple of sentences, read those instructions, and then complete them in the game. And then I read the next couple of sentences, and then I complete those in game. And I continue this cycle. And this cycle makes it far, far slower to do a quest. It's not the way to do it. What you need to do, like I did for Elemental Workshop 4, is read the entire guide and try and remember as much of it as possible, and then just go in game and do as much as you can off memory, and it works out far quicker in my opinion, and it seems far quicker at very least. At least it keeps me sane, regardless of whether it is faster or not in terms of time. It seems to keep me more sane doing it that way. So that is a recommendation if you find yourself agreeing with me in this case. And right, so the last thing to really talk about is the fact that I am preparing now for Fight Caves and Fight Kiln. As you should be able to see in this video, I am creating prayer renewals. I've been getting my flasks. I've been creating them myself and filling them up now with overloads, super restore, sourdough brews, and of course the prayer renewals. Also, you know what? This is a funny thing. Well, it was funny to me at the time, but I thought it was a bug. I was getting 14 herbs out, 14 water-filled vials. I was filling them up, and the herbs weren't getting used. And I was like, what the hell? It didn't use my herb. And this really completely and utterly confused me. And I was doing this in Mortania because in Mortania I get a 20% chance to get a 4-doser of prayer renewal. So I thought that it saving my herb for some unknown reason to me was part of the Mortania quest. I thought maybe this is a reward I didn't read about. And then it finally dawned on me that actually this is a dungeoneering thing. So one of the dungeoneering scrolls that gives you a chance to save your ingredients when making herbs and pots, not herbs, making pots. And I did not realise at all until it finally, it just finally occurred to me at some point. But yeah, so I had that active while I was doing this, and I had the 20% chance of getting a 4-doser for prayer renewal. So all in all, I got a lot more pots and a lot more done than I expected to get done while making my prayer renewal, so that was quite nice. But yeah, I'm well on my way now to getting ready for Fight Kill and Fight Caves. And one thing that I will say, in fact, you know what, I'm going to leave it till tomorrow because this is already a 10-minute video. So tomorrow you'll see me doing a couple of things. Firstly, I'm going to be having a Dagonoth event. I hope you guys come. You will see me with a Dungeoneering cape on. So if you want to come and see that, definitely come by to the Dungeoneering event tomorrow. I will give you more instructions tomorrow closer to the event, probably 1 or 2 hours before the event. That way you'll be able to get ready and get into the CC by then. The other thing I'm going to be doing is hopefully I'll completed the last 2 quests that I need to do, get the last 2 music tracks. Maybe I'll have done Fight Caves as well. And that will all be in the next video tomorrow as well, along with the event information. And of course, that does mean that I will be getting my my Dungeoneering cape in the next 24 hours. So you'll see video footage of me getting that Dungeoneering cape and everything like that. So I will see you then. Until tomorrow, guys. See you around.